Yesterday I posted 30 tips for building a capacity for stress. So it was 30 tools you can use to build a capacity for stress. And why would a parent coach be posting about building capacity stress? Well, the reason is that the foundation of my program that I take people through, and when I parent coach people, and what I've learned from the years of foster parenting and working with kids and families, is that we need to not emotionally parent so that we can effectively parent. You probably heard me say that before. So how do we not emotionally parent? Well, number one, we become aware of our own emotions, so we build up emotional intelligence. Number two is we learn about stress and what stress does to the body. And for me, personally, about 6 years ago, I started having some health problems, mental health problems, physical health problems, and ended up being told I have fibromyalgia, and I've developed chronic pain. I had stomach issues. I had trouble sleeping. I felt like I couldn't stay focused, and I became irritable, grumpy, and I felt like life was really difficult, and I just couldn't do it. And I felt very like I wasn't myself, and I didn't know what to do. And what I learned the hard way is that I had a lot of major stressors in my life at that time, and having multiple major stressors in terms of my career, relationship, and in my family, it was too much for me to handle, and my body basically kind of broke on a nervous system level, and my mind and body were trying to kind of shut me down to keep me safe. And at first I didn't understand this and thought, well, how does stress do this? And then when I looked into it, I realized that the nervous system that is built to keep us safe in terms of fight, flight, or freeze, if we're under a threat, also is the same thing that engages when we're in daily threats of daily stressors. So that is chronic stress. So I learned the hard way that if you don't take care of yourself and you don't build up a capacity to handle stress, when major life things happen, and unfortunately will to all of us, major things happen in our life all the time, whether it's a loved one gets sick, a major breakup, a job loss, a death, etc. Life will kind of give you a kick, and if you're not prepared for it, you can go down for a while, which is what happened to me. So what I learned was you need to build a capacity for stress, and we need to kind of shift our mindset, especially here in Canada and in the West. I think in terms of the United States, is that we have this idea that we have to work so many hours, we have to take our kids to all these activities, we have to be a super parent, we have to do this, we have to clean, and we're constantly doing stuff. We're always doing stuff. We're not sitting still, we're not relaxing. That's considered lazy or not productive, and you have to achieve the best job. And it's a very competition based culture. If you just look on social media, everyone on Instagram, Facebook, like a lot of times are posting these pics of their perfect family and their perfect house and their perfect vacation, and I have the best job. And we fall in this trap where we become overdoers, and we're constantly putting ourselves under stress. So every day our body is not functioning in a healthy way. So if we don't learn to slow down and use some of these tools I listed to take care of ourselves, to bring our nervous system down, to rest, to recuperate, we will break down mental health, emotional health, and physical health. And the other piece about this in terms of stress is, for some reason, it's getting better these days in terms of mental health, is that reaching out for help or support is a sign of weakness. And to me, that's opposite. That's actually a sign of strength. If you're looking at yourself and you realize there's some areas in your life you need to improve on, reaching out for help and support is a sign of strength. If you just kind of don't reach out and you don't look for solutions to your problems, that's being scared. That's fearful. You got to be vulnerable. You got to reach out. If you're a parent and you are stressed out, you are going to take this stress out on your kids. If you are irritable and stressed out and not happy, you're going to fight with them, argue with them, yell at them. If you're overwhelmed and you just can't do your days, and you just want to lay on the couch all the time and different things like that, or if you're always busy and not giving them attention, that's going to lead to problems as well. So you need to have a balance in your personal life to be able to create a balance while you're parenting. And the other key point to this is we are role modeling to our children and teaching them how to handle stress and how to manage with stress and how to live life in a balanced way. So we don't want our children growing up and thinking they have to be overachievers and have to be perfect and they have to always be doing something and always in competition, because they will develop problems with stress as well. So lastly, what I want you to take away from this is you don't have to lay there in a meditation position all day and just look up at the clouds to deal with stress. You don't have to be in one extreme or the other. There's a big middle ground there where you can take maybe one of those tools I listed, or there's many things out there about different things to do with stress and how to feel better, etc. Manage our stress so then we won't be emotionally parenting, we'll be effectively parenting. So just pick one or two things and do those daily. Make a few shifts. Show your children that you're trying to change, you're trying to manage your stress. Help them deal with stress, because believe me, from the age 2 years old and up, stressors are happening. If we want to pretend our children aren't stressed, that is incorrect. Our children are stressed, especially now more than ever with the world in the pandemic. So please build a capacity for